Good evening, everyone. This is Robert. RJL Network presents another exciting edition of Inside Pitch. The 1961 season is on the air. Today's date is May 1st of 1961. We now enter the second month of this baseball replay. We are at historic Crosley Field for a game between the Philadelphia Phillies and the Cincinnati Reds. The Phillies come into this game with a record of 8 wins and 7 losses. The Reds are 7-9, not that far behind them. Very much the National League is a bit of bunched up. The American League right now looks kind of interesting after 1 month. For those of you who want to check out the standings, check out the Universal Baseball Lounge at the end of the first month, and you will see the standings. We are at historic Crosley Field. I wonder if anybody here, any Reds fans, were ever at Crosley Field when they played there. Of course, that would be about 60 years ago. So if anybody there was ever at Crosley Field, let me know and tell me what they thought about the ballpark. As all you Reds fans, I know you Reds fans had a certain spot for Crosley Field. The Reds historically won this game 3-2. They had 12 hits. The Phillies had 6 hits. No errors by either team. Brian B. and Jack Dawson are first to join us here at Crosley Field. So if everybody is set and ready to go, we got a baseball game to play here as we now begin the second month of the 1961 replay. So let's get things going here and let's get started. Starting pitcher for the Cincinnati Reds in this game was Jim O'Toole. 19 wins, 9 losses, 2 saves, a 3.09 ERA. We used O'Toole in the demo game against the Yankees. Now he's pitching in a game that matters. DBIP joins us here at Crosley Field. So if anybody here ever remembers going to there, and of course I said that would be about 60 years ago. So if anyone has anything to say about the stadium at that time, please let me know. Meanwhile, we're going to the top of the first. The Phillies are ready and the Reds are ready. Let's play some baseball. Leading off for the Phillies. This is our first look, by the way. At both these teams for this season. Leading off for the Phillies will be third baseman Bobby Malkmus, .231 average, 7 homers, 31 RBIs. He gets the call here at third base for the game. Played a number of positions. Second was his best. We are using red, white, and white dice. Reds are the home team. Let's begin. Let's start the month of May for 1961. O'Toole, 5-5, strikeout 4, and he will get him. On a K, his first strikeout. Crosley Field subtracts 2 from strikeouts and 1 from walks. O'Toole had 178 Ks that year and 86 walks, and that is the first out. Next batter for the Phillies will be right fielder Johnny Collison, 266 average, 9 homers, 47 RBIs. Collison, I heard, was pretty solid throughout his career. O'Toole will make the pitch. 5-1, that is a range play. Collison, 5-3, that's a fly ball to center. That is hit to Pinson, and his range is a 4. He's pretty good out there in center, and he's going to make the play for 2 outs. So a fly out to center to Pinson. And now we will see second baseman Tony Taylor, a .250 average, 2 homers, 26 RBIs. He gets the call here. They have a replica of Crosley Field near Cincinnati. I think high school teams play on it. Did you guys like the stadium? Did you think it was a nice place to play? O'Toole will go ahead and pitch. O'Toole, 3-4, strikeout. The 20 is high. Taylor, 1-5, and that's a fly ball to center. And once again, Darth Vader will make the play, and it will be a 1-2-3 inning on the Phillies. We go to the bottom of the first. Starting pitcher for the Philadelphia Phillies in this game was Robin Roberts, Hall of Famer, but this was a very much an off year for him. 1 win, 10 losses, a 5.85 ERA. I think he got hurt most way and really didn't do much this season. It was a very tough year for Robin Roberts, and he is a Hall of Famer, but it was not one of his better years in 61. So let's see what the Reds got here in the bottom of the first. Leading off for the Reds, second baseman Don Blasingame, 222 average, a homer, 21 RBIs. So let's see what Roberts has got today. 1-1, that's at the park. Crosley Field, 6-2, and that's a fly to left, and getting over there will be Bobby Smith. And he'll make the play for 1 out. Next batter, center fielder, Vader Pinson, a 343 average, 16 homers, 87 RBIs. Darth Vader. You know what? As I said, a lot of people, I sometimes wonder if he belongs in the Hall of Fame. Definitely Hall of the Very Good. I would like to mention, you guys, Vader Pinson has a higher WAR than higher wins above replacement than Harold Baines. Figure that one out, and then tell me he doesn't belong in the Hall. Roberts will make the pitch. 4-3. That's a hit by pitch. The 11 will be no good. Pinson, 1-2, and he laces a base hit to left field, and Pinson will get a single. So a nice start for him, as he'll get to first base. It'll bring up the double play chance. Next batter will be right fielder Gus Bell. He's in right field for this game. 255 average, 3 homers, 33 RBIs. Pinson had 22 stolen bases, and that 5 means he's not going anywhere. A hit and run is available, and Gus Bell with that 255 average, it's not that bad. I'm going to call it off, and I'll let him hit. Roberts will go ahead and pitch. Roberts, 1-5, range play. Bell, 5-5, line drive to third. That ball is hit to Malkmus. His range is a 2, but a double play depth, it's a 1. And he makes the catch. Holy cow, what a play by Malkmus. He must have leaped for that one, and he gets it. A 1 is the only way he could have got it. That is 2 outs. Pinson on at third. The only way he's thrown out at first base is a 1, and he will get back. And there are 2 away. What a play by Malkmus. He needed a 1 in order to get the line drive, and he got it. Oh, boy, what a play. 2 outs now. And now the batter will be that guy. Coming up to bat, he is in left field for this game, Frank, the Ambassador Robinson. I don't care what anybody says, he is one of the greatest of all time. 323 average, 37 homers, 124 RBIs. He is in the top 25 in WAR. Yes, he is one of the greatest of all time. Pinson is on it first. 2 outs now. Strategy roll. That's a 5 again. Nothing happening this time. Roberts will go ahead and make the pitch. Roberts, 3-2, strikeout 12. That is high. Frank Robinson, 3-3, single in the left field, and that will be a base hit. Pinson gets a base running rating of 6. Single to left, -3, though, because Smith has a good arm. So a 1-3, Pinson will be safe at third, and he is. He will go ahead and get to third, and Robinson holds it first. And we got runners at the corners with 2 outs, so a base hit for Robinson. Now we'll see first baseman Gordy Coleman. Solid player, 287 average, 26 homers, 87 RBIs, and 61. Good year for him. 2 outs, runners at the corners here, bottom of the first. Reds trying to threaten. Strategy roll, nothing happening. Roberts will go ahead and make the pitch. Roberts, 4-5. That's a possible error. Coleman, 5-6. And that's popped up to short. And that's a pop-up to Ruben Amaro at short. His error rating is an 8. That's a 12. He'll make the catch and retire the side. So no runs, 2 hits for the Reds as they threaten, but they can't get anybody in. And it's no score after 1 here at historic Crosley Field. I've seen pictures of the ball. I've seen pictures of this stadium, and it looks like it was a very nice home for the Redlegs back in the day. We go to the top of the second. Leading off for the Fightin' Phils will be left fielder Bobby Smith. 253 average, 2 homers, 18 RBIs. O'Toole will go ahead and pitch. O'Toole, 5-3, walk plus, and yep, that will be ball 4, and Smith will trot to first. That's the first walk issued by O'Toole. Infield will be at double play depth. Next up for the Phillies will be first baseman Pancho Herrera. I don't know much about this guy, but I heard he wasn't too bad. 258 average, 13 homers, 51 RBIs. Herrera will not come up to bat. Infield is at double play depth. Smith had no stolen bases, but O'Toole can't pick off, and that is a 20, and he will get a chance. And nope, Smith will get back. Now O'Toole will pitch to Herrera. O'Toole, 2-6. That's an error on a throw. Herrera, 6-6. That's going to be a ground ball to third. Let's see what happens here. A possible error. Let's find out. First, a ground ball to third. And it is hit to Gene Freeze. His error rating is a 9. That's a 4. He is going to make an error. He will make an error, but now we got to find out what it's going to be. Ground ball. So first we got to see if it's a double play. 3-3-4. Second base pivot is Blasingame, and it's a -1. So it's a 3. So a 1-3, this would have been a double play. It is a 3, so that means it's a throwing error made to second base, the Blasingame, and it's an error. As I said, it's an error on a throw. Blasingame's range is a 2. Does he prevent the ball from getting past him? No, he does not. So Bobby Smith is at second. Pancho Herrera is at first. Smith's base running is 2. Does he take third on the throw? And he does. So that's going to be a 2-base error. And that 2 will also allow Herrera to go to second base on that 1. So that is a bad error there by Freeze. So that is an E5. That is an error on a throw, on a ground ball to third. And that is a 2-base error. So that's the first error on the Reds. They didn't have any errors in the game, but that is ginormous on a big-time error there by Freeze. And the batter now for the Phillies will be center fielder Bobby Del Greco. Del Greco will be with the Kansas City Athletics later in 61. He is on the Phillies for this game. Runners at second and third, and they're going to call the infield in. Clee baseball fan and Brian Pedersen join us here at Crosley Field. Runners at second and third, a big-time error. And strategy roll, that is a 10 and nothing happening. O'Toole will go ahead and make the pitch. O'Toole, 3-6, strikeout. The 17 is high. Del Greco, 6-5, and he laces one into right field. That is a 16, and against the lefty, he's just going to... Actually, that's going to be too high, and that's going to be a fly out to right. Del Greco has a sacrifice fly rating of 1. He will not bring in Bobby Smith that way. Smith, the base running rating of 2. Left fielder Robinson, a -2 arm. Right fielder Bell, a +1 arm. So on a 1, 2, or 3, Smith will still come in to score. It is a 3, and he will. And the Phillies take the lead. It's 1-0 on the sacrifice fly. So sacrifice fly to right, 1 out, but the Phillies lead. So that error will cost them. Next up for the Phillies will be the catcher, Cal Neiman. 226 average, no homers, 2 RBIs. Only had 19 games for the Phillies in 61. He was the catcher for this game. Runner on at second, 1-0 in favor of the Phils. Steeler fan joins us here at Crosley Field. As I've been asking anybody in the chat, any Reds fans or anybody ever been to Crosley Field? Of course, this would be 60 years ago. O'Toole will see strategy roll, and that's a 4, and Herrera stays at second. O'Toole with the pitch. 4-4, that's a blank. Neiman, 1-5, that's a fly ball to center. That'll be caught by Pinson. That's out number 2. Herrera will stay where he is. 2 down. 2 outs. Next batter for the Phils, the shortstop, Ruben Amaro. I heard some pretty good things about this guy. 257 average, a homer, 32 RBIs for Amaro, and he will come up to bat. Strat 10, no play. O'Toole will go ahead and deal. O'Toole, 2-2, strikeout, and he got him. Struck him out. That is strikeout number 2 for O'Toole, and retire the side. No runs, no hits. Oh, sorry, 1 run. My bad. 1 run on no hits. They had a walk and an error and a sacrifice fly. We go to the bottom of the second with the Phillies up 1-0. 52 years ago, June 1970, it closed. That is true. 1970 was when the Reds moved into to the stadium by the front of the river. I'm just wondering if anybody here in the chat was ever at Crosley Field, Reds fan or not. Bottom of the second, of course, that means you guys would be old, but, you know, just like me. Third baseman Gene Freese leads off for the Reds. 277 average, 26 homers. 87 RBIs. Ain't nothing wrong with those stats for a year. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. You'll take it. You'll take it. Roberts will go ahead and make the pitch. Roberts, 3-2, strikeout. He got him. And that's strikeout number 1 for Roberts. He only had 54 Ks in 61. Here comes the catcher, Bob Schmidt. 132 average, a homer. 5 RBIs, only played in about 29 games for the Reds that year. 1 out. Roberts with the pitch. 4-2 against a righty. Strikeout. The 8 is good. He got him. Strikeout number 2 for Robin Roberts. Now we'll see the Reds will bring up their shortstop, Leo Cardenas. He's the shortstop tonight. 308 average, 5 homers, 24 RBIs. Only played about half the games for the Reds in 61. Probably, I guess, maybe he was injured at that time. Cardenas at the plate, and there are 2 outs. Roberts with the pitch. 4-4, range play. Cardenas, 5-1. That's a fly ball to left. That's hit to Bobby Smith. His range is a 3. That is a 1. He will put it away and make the catch, and it is a 1-2-3 inning for Roberts. After 2, 1-0 in favor of the Phils. We go to the top of the third. Leading off for the Phillies will be the pitcher, Robin Roberts. Batted .091 as a hitter that year in 61. Didn't really do much. So O'Toole will go ahead and make the pitch. And that's a 6-2 range play. Roberts got a chance. Roberts, 3-4. It's a ground ball to second. That ball is hit the Blasingame. His range is a 2. He won't get it. That'll be a base hit for Roberts if he hits it past Donnie Blasingame. And that's a single. So Roberts gets a single. That's the first hit off of O'Toole here in the game. Top of the order, here's Malkmus. Malkmus is 0 for 1. Infield is at double play depth. Roberts really not a threat to do anything. That's a 20, though. O'Toole fires to first. No, Roberts gets back. So now the runner scored ahead in 1995. Runner scored ahead Ruben Amaro Jr. There you go. O'Toole will make the pitch. 1-1, strikeout. He got him. 1-1's across the board. He gets him. That's usually pretty much a definite strikeout. And that is strikeout number 3 for O'Toole, 1 down. Collison is next, and he's 0 for 1. Infield still at double play depth. That's a 12, nothing happening. O'Toole will set up and make the deal. And 5-4, walk, 11. And, yep, that'll be ball 4. And now runners at first and second for the Phils. So the Phillies are in business here. That is the second walk given up by O'Toole. And Taylor is next. He's 0 for 1. Infield still at double play depth. Anything happening on the bases? The 4 says no. O'Toole will go ahead and deal with Taylor. Pitch is coming. 3-1. That is a home run chance against the righty. A 1-16 would be good. the 10 passes. However, Taylor has zeros against lefties, so there's not going to be a home run. Taylor, 6-6, and he's going to ground it to second base. Let's see if they turn the double play. 2-2-3. Shortstop, Cardinals pivot -1 is a 2, and they will still turn the double play. Second to short, back to first. Side retired. As the Reds get a little defense there. No runs and a hit and a walk. And we go to the bottom of the third. Hope everybody is enjoying this 1961 season. I certainly am. Michael Peterson joins us here at historic Crosley Field. Bottom of the third. Leading off for the Reds will be their pitcher, Jim O'Toole. Batted .172 average and 6 RBIs. He will lead off the bottom of the third inning. Roberts will go ahead and pitch. Roberts, 3-3. That's a range play at the park. Crosley Field, 3-2. And guess what we got? Yep, it's a rare play at Crosley Field. So another rare play. We seem to be getting, I think, only one game so far out of this season we haven't had a rare play. So we got rare plays, bases empty. 21, first baseman chases foul ball into stands. Resolve as a P3 range play. So the first baseman is Pancho Herrera, and his range is a 3, and he won't get it, and that's going to be a foul ball. And now it says check for injury to first baseman. So let's see if Herrera is hurt, as I do game day injuries. His injury rating is a 3, and it already says game. We don't even have to roll. So the Phillies are going to lose Pancho Herrera for the rest of the game. So Pancho Herrera will leave due to injury, and so we need the Phillies need another first baseman, and that's going to be Lee Walls. He'll take over at first. So timeout on the field for a substitution. So Walls will take over for Herrera at first base, and pretty much the same range, but makes a few more errors than Herrera does. So Lee Walls will now take over at first, and we'll replay the at bat. So it was a foul ball. Roberts will make the pitch. 5-4, home run chance, but O'Toole has no home runs. 5-5, and instead he grounds one to short, and Amaro will throw him out. One away. Here is Blasingame. Blasingame is 0 for 1. Roberts will go ahead and make the pitch. I hope you're doing well there, Michael Peterson. Yes, I already know the score. I have my phone right next to me, checking the score for the Mets and Yankees. And I'm hoping you're doing well there, Michael. Please get well as soon as you possibly can. Roberts, 4-3, hit by pitch. 5 is too high. Blasingame, 3-2. He hits a fly to right. That'll be Collison making the play. And that is 2 outs. 2 outs. Here's Darth Vader. Vader is 1 for 1, has a single. Roberts will go ahead and pitch. 4-3, hit by pitch. And nope, that 1 is going to be too high because he has a 1, but -3 makes him a -2. So he does not hit Pinson. Pinson, 6-3, and he grounds 1 to second. Taylor will take care of it and toss it to first. And that will retire the side. 1-2-3, go the Reds. 1-0 in favor of the Phils. As I said, Vader Pinson, a higher WAR than friggin' Harold Baines, and yet Baines is in the Hall and not Pinson, not Hernandez. You know what? Sometimes the Veterans Committee doesn't know what they're doing. It is time for station break. We'll be back here. This is the RJL YouTube Network. Be right back. We go to the top of the fourth inning. And Michael says he's playing Status Pro Baseball. Excellent game. And Action PC Baseball is excellent as well. That is the video game I use to get the rosters for each game that I do. Top of the fourth inning, Phillies have a 1-0 lead. And Bobby Smith leads off for the Phils. He walked his first time up. O'Toole with the pitch. 6-3, error on a grounder. Smith, 4-2. That's a line drive to first. It will be 1 out. Easily handled there by Coleman. That'll bring up the new first baseman, Lee Walls. A 280 average, 8 homers, 30 RBIs. He'll take over for the injured Pancho Herrera. Remember, I do game day injuries, but since we play as-played lineups, we don't do any injuries further into the game, okay? However, we have full-time injuries in the playoffs that you guys already know. O'Toole with the pitch. 1-3, wild pitch, ball 1. 4-1, possible error. Walls, 2-3. That's a fly ball to center. That ball is hit to Pinson. His error rating is a 7. That's an 8. He'll make the catch. 2 down. Nice play by Pinson. And next up is Del Greco. Greco sacrifice flied his first time up, got the run in. Midlife Crisis joins us here at Crosley Field. Were you ever at this stadium there, MLC? O'Toole with the pitch. 4-1, possible error. Del Greco, 1-5, ground ball to short. That ball is hit to Cardenas. His error rating is a 6. That's a 5. It's going to go through the wickets. That's going to be an error on Cardenas, and Del Greco will reach first. That's an E6, and that is the second error on the Reds in this game. The Reds did not have any errors historically in this game, but they got 2 tonight. And O'Toole wondering where his defense is as Leo Cardenas lets that one go through him, and that will be an error, allowing Del Greco to reach first. And now here is Neiman. Neiman is 0 for 1, still 2 outs though. Del Greco did have a stolen base, and he's not going anywhere. O'Toole will make the pitch. 4-2 against the righty, that's a blank. Neiman, 1-6. It's a ground ball to third, this time handled by Freeze. He's going to throw to first to get Neiman, and that will retire the side. So they do make an error, but the Phillies can't take advantage of it. We go to the bottom of the fourth. Leading off for the Reds will be Gus Bell. Bell is 0 for 1. Roberts, he'll go ahead and prepare to make the pitch. And that's a 2-6. And against the lefty, home run result. Against the righty, Bell needs a 4. That's a 6. It's too high. Bell, a 3-6, but he does smack one deep to left field, and that's going to be a double. Smith will get to it, but Bell's going to round first and then for second. He'll slide in there safely. So he doesn't get the home run, but he does hit it hard enough off the wall. And the Reds have the leadoff man at second base. Not too bad. Good start for him. And now here comes up Mr. Robinson. Frank is 1 for 1. I don't care what they say, one of the greatest of all time, and he is. Top 25 in WAR. If you look at Baseball Reference and you go by top leaders in WAR, Frank Robinson is on that front page. Robinson 1 for 1. And let's see what we got here. Strategy roll, I guess. That's a 6, and Bell will stay put. Roberts will make the pitch. Roberts, 5-2 against the righty. Strikeout. The 16 is high. Robinson, 1-3, and he grounds one to third. That'll get handled there by Malcolmus. He'll throw to first to get the out, and Bell will stay at second. Pre-ordered 2021 and 1972. Yes, I know. 2 good seasons for Stratomatic football. Steeler fan, not too bad. 2021 could be fun, but 1972, hey, I don't know why I don't know why I shouldn't order those. I mean, Stratomatic football, that's my undefeated Dolphins. But believe it or not, the season I really want is 1984. That was my favorite Dolphins team of all time. 1972, I really didn't know what football was at that time, at that age. Here's Coleman. Coleman is, let's see, he is 0 for 1. 1 out, and runner still at second. That is a 2, and Bell stays put. He needs to actually have a 1 in order to try to steal third, but I wouldn't have him do it anyway. Roberts will make the pitch. Roberts, 3-1. Home run chance against the lefty. A 1-3 is what Coleman needs. The 14 is too high. Coleman, 2-1, and he grounds one to first. That'll get handled by Walls. 2 outs, and Bell will move to third. Roberts didn't give up that many homers, I guess, to lefties. So that's a ground ball to first base, but that does move Bell to third. And now it's up to Freeze to see if he can get the run in for the Natty. Roberts will pitch. Strategy roll. That is an 18. Nothing happening there. Gosh, Robinson, 6-year majors, only 25 and already over 200 homers. Yeah, I told you. As I said, one of the greatest of all time. Roberts will make the pitch. 4-4 against the righty. Strikeout. The 9 is not going to do it. Freeze is a 9, but -2 makes him a 7. Freeze will get the swing. 6-1, and he hits one to center field. That is a 14, and against the righty, he's going to miss a triple by 1. That's going to be a fly out to center field, and the inning will be over. No runs and a hit. The Reds cannot get a run in. Freeze just missed a triple by 1. And after 4, it is still 1-0 in favor of the Phils. As I know, Brian B. is probably going to say, rigged. Yes, Robinson, 6-year man. You forget how terrific a player he was. And I heard not just a terrific a player, I heard he was a wonderful human being as well. I think you would agree with that. Everyone said Frank Robinson was one of the nicest people, nicest ball players ever in the majors. Top of the 5th, Ruben Amaro will lead off for the Phils. He's 0 for 1. O'Toole will pitch. And 1-4. That is a blank. Amaro, 5-4, and he hits one to center field. That's a 10. And against the lefty, that's going to work. Amaro is going to have himself a leadoff double. So Amaro smacks one into center for a double. He gets his first hit. And the batter will be Roberts. Roberts got a single his first time up. And they're going to call, his bunt rating is a 4. And let's see, that's a 5. He does not get the bunt sign. And I'm going to go at a bunt rating of 4. Should I try to bunt Amaro to third? You know what's a 1-0 game, the way this game is going? I'm going to have Robin Roberts try to bunt. So the corners are going to come in, and they're expecting the bunt. So Robin Roberts is going to try to bunt this ball, Amaro over. Here comes the pitch. O'Toole, a 1-6. And against the switch right, that is going to be a blank. Roberts does get to try the bunt. And that is bunted back to the pitcher, O'Toole. That'll make Roberts' bunt rating a 3. That's a 7. And that is going to be a successful sacrifice bunt. Amaro will go to third, and Roberts is thrown out at first, 1 out. So a very good bunt by Robin Roberts to move Amaro over to third base. And he will get there. Nice bunt by Roberts. And now Malcolmus is up and that is a sacrifice hit to the pitcher. Malcolmus is 0 for 2. Infield will come in. Strategy roll by first. Let's see. That is a 14. Nothing happening. O'Toole will go ahead and make the pitch. O'Toole, 5-6. That's a blank. Malcolmus, 1-2. Base hit center field. That will be a single. Amaro comes in to score easily. And the Phillies now have a 2-0 lead. Stadium and Section Brian B. groan. So the bunt works to perfection, and that does go ahead and get a run in. Collison is next with a runner on first, and there's still only one out here. Infield now with double play depth. Malkmus had one stolen base, and he's not going anywhere. O'Toole will set up and make the pitch. 1-3. Wild pitch. 14. No, that is ball one. O'Toole, 3-2. Against the lefty. That will be an out. And it's a ground ball to first. Let's see if they turn the double play. 1-1-1. Since it's hit the first base. Shortstop pivot. Cardenas, -1 is a 0. So they can't turn the double play. That is a 2. Malkmus's base running rating becomes a 2 with him being held. He will still make it to second. The only play that Coleman had was to get Collison at first, and there are 2 down. Next up is Tony Taylor. ID Jester joins us here at historic Crosley Field. Welcome, Mr. Kirk. It is always good to see you. Check out ID Jester's awesome, amazing channel, because he does baseball, he does war games, he's almost like our Red Sox fan, pretty much does everything. Collison is and so let's see, that was a grounder to first. So here's Taylor. Taylor is 0 for 2. Malkmus on at second. And 2 down here in the top of the 5th. And nothing happening with the 16. Malkmus will stay where he is. O'Toole with the pitch. 1-4. That is a blank. Taylor, 3-1. That's a grounder to second. That'll get handled by Blasingame. And he will throw to first. And that will end the inning. But the Phillies get a run. 1 run on 2 hits for the Phils. They have a 2-0 lead going into the bottom of the 5th. Roberts will get back on the mound. Roberts only pitched about 23 batters. 9, 21, 2, 3. So he still has some left in the tank, as Robin Roberts did not have a good campaign in 61. Reds have been getting runners on, but they've not been able to get anybody in. Here's Bob Schmidt. He'll lead off. He's 0 for 1. 2-0 in favor of the Phils here. Roberts with the pitch. 3-1. Home run chance. Schmidt a righty, a 1-19. That 7 is good. Against a righty, Schmidt needs a 4 or lower. A 4 or lower. Schmidt gets the Reds on the board. No. That's going to be a 1-1, and he's just going to weakly ground it to second base. Taylor will take care of it and toss it to first. The Reds are just not getting the rolls here so far in this game. The Phillies are. Here's Cardenas. Cardenas is 0 for 1. Roberts, he'll set up and make the pitch. Roberts, 3-2, strikeout 18. That is high. Cardenas, 1-1, base hit. That's single to right, and Cardenas will get to first. Nice hit for Cardenas, and it will bring up O'Toole. He will swing away. Infield is at double play. Cardenas had a stolen base that year, and he's going to stay put. Jim O'Toole does get the bunt sign, but they're going to let him hit here. You got 1 out. So Roberts will go ahead and pitch. Roberts, 2-2. That is a blank. O'Toole, 2-1. And it's a good thing I let him hit. That's a base hit past second. The pitcher helps his cause here. Single past second. Cardenas, base running rating of 3. That's good enough. He'll make third. So O'Toole helps his cause here. And once again, the Reds are in business. And here is Blasingame. Blasingame is 0 for 2. And they are going to call a double play depth for the certain reason that Blasingame and Roberts make that a +3. So they got a good chance of turning 2. So they're going to play a double play depth. So let's see what we got here. A strategy roll first. That's an 11, no play. Roberts will set up. Now he looks at Blasingame. Here comes the pitch. 2-3 against the lefty. That's a single right back up the middle against the left-handed batter. That's a base hit for Blasingame. Cardenas will come in to score. O'Toole, he will hold it second. Blasingame gets the Reds on the board first. Now, well, not gets on the board. I should say get them on the board now. It's 2-1. Blasingame comes through with a big hit off of Roberts. Scoring Cardenas and moving O'Toole to second. And here comes Darth Vader Pinson. Pinson is 1 for 2. And I still think maybe he should be in the Hall. His WAR was better than Harold Baines. So you put in Harold Baines, but you don't put in him? Yeah, okay, whatever. Somebody got paid that year. Let's see here. 2-1 is the score now. Runners first and second. Roberts in a little bit of a jam. Strategy roll, nothing happening. Roberts will concentrate on Pinson. 2-1. Roberts will make the pitch. 1-5. That is a range play. Darth Vader, 4-5. That's a single into center field, but it's a range play for Del Greco. Good range out there. His range is a 4, and he will get it. He turns a single into an out, and that will be 2 outs. O'Toole will stay at second. He will not try for third. Oh, a base hit to center field, but what a play by Bobby Del Greco, and that turns that into a fly out. 2 down now. And the batter will be Bell. Bell is 1 for 2, has a double his last time up. Didn't the Phillies lose 153 games in 6? This is definitely looking rigged. Runners at first and second. Roberts, strategy roll. That is a 2, and nothing happening. Roberts will make the pitch to Bell. Roberts, 3-6. That is a blank. Bell, 3-6. And Bell's going to get the Reds to tie this game up at least. And that's going to be a double to left. O'Toole will come in to score. Blasingame, a base running rating of 5 with 2 outs. A double to left, -2. A 1-3. Blasingame will score, and he does. And he will score. Bell will hold it second, and the Reds have taken the lead. It's 3-2. Stadium cheers. Yay! And now I'm sure Brian B. now says the game is no longer looking rigged. Bell gets his second double of the game. And now here comes one of the great ones in Robinson. Robinson 1 for 2. Bell on at second. Reds now lead 3-2 here over the Phils. Roberts will do a strategy roll. That's a 20. Roberts turns around to try to get Bell, and Bell will get back. Now Roberts will pitch to Robinson. 2-3 against the righty. Strikeout. The 19 is high. Robinson, 4-4. Ground ball to first. And Walls will get to that, and he will make the play to retire his side. But the Reds take the lead. 3 runs on 4 hits. After 5, the Reds now have a 3-2 lead. Robert, why on some pitchers' cards it lists home runs the pitcher allowed that season, and sometimes it doesn't? I don't know. I guess it's up to him. Maybe on certain players he has those stats. Maybe sometimes he doesn't. I think it's more of a preference for him, I think, or something like that, for Chris. I do know, yes, you're right. Some it does list how many home runs the pitcher gave up, and some it doesn't. That's just a stat, and I don't cry about that because obviously the way he has his stats, that's figured already into his home run results for each pitcher. So that's not something I nitpick about with him. And also maybe he doesn't have that information. It's a possibility. Remember, not a lot of information back from the early days he may not have been able to get. It's possible now you can, and maybe some of these seasons, and also some of these seasons may be old too. One of the older seasons he's done before he actually went that far. I mean, it's interesting. That's not something I ever complained to him about. We go to the top of the 6th, and Bobby Smith leads off for Philly. He is 0 for 1, but he did walk. Reds now with a 3-2 lead. O'Toole, 5-3, walk plus. That 9 will be good, and he will walk Smith. A walk plus allows Smith to go to first, and that is the third walk given up by O'Toole, and that puts the tying run on. Next batter is Walls. Walls is 0 for 1. Came in for the injured Pancho Herrera. Infield is at double play death. Smith had no stolen bases and nothing happening. O'Toole will, it's no big deal. I agree. It's not a big deal. The only thing I really nitpick about him is making sure the colors are correct for the players and the players are where they belong to be, or they're supposed to be. I mean, if he has errors, I always tell him, and trust me, I've helped Chris clean up a lot of some of his seasons so far. And of course, other players have too, not just me. O'Toole goes ahead and pitch. Actually, I should roll a strategy roll first, right? Nothing on the strat. O'Toole will pitch. O'Toole, 2-3. That's at the park. Crosley field, 3-6. And that's a fly out to center. Pinson will get to it, and that will be the first out. One down for Del Greco. Del Greco reached on an error his first time up and sacrifice flied. Anything happening on the strat? Nope. Smith, Bobby, actually a hit and run, I think, did come up, but he's not going to do that. O'Toole will go ahead and pitch. O'Toole, 3-6, strikeout 7. He got him, struck him out, and just barely. Del Greco was a 10 against lefties, -2 is an 8, and he got him. That's a big K by O'Toole. And that is strikeout number 4 for him. 2 outs for Neiman. Neiman is 0 for 2. Smith still on it first. Strategy roll up. And nothing happening with the 12. O'Toole will go ahead and make the pitch. O'Toole, 5-4. Walk, 18. That's high. Neiman will swing the bat, 4-2. And he's going to get a single into center field. That will be a base hit. Smith, a base running rating with 3 of 2 outs. Single to center, -3 is a 0. He's going to automatically hold at second. So he will not go to third, but the Phillies inning is still alive. Neiman gets his first hit of the game. And it will bring up Amaro. Amaro 1 for 2 with a double. Still 2 outs here. O'Toole trying to get out of this jam. Robin Roberts is due to bat after Amaro. Roberts will be tired of the one batter. That may be the last inning for him. Strategy roll, nothing on the 17. O'Toole will pitch to Amaro. 3-2 Reds. O'Toole with the pitch. 2-4. Hit by pitch. 16 is a no. Amaro swings. 5-3, and it's going to be a base hit to center field. It's a single. Smith, a base running rating of 3. Single to center is a 0. So a 1, 2, or 3, Smith will score. It is a 5. He does not. What a play by Pinson. He throws that ball in quickly, and they will hold Smith at third, and the bases are loaded. Could not get the run in. And we will see a pinch hitter for Robin Roberts. That's going to be it for him. Phillies, with the bases loaded, they're not going to let the pitcher bat in this situation, down 3-2. So even though this is the 60s, they're going to bring on a pinch hitter, and we will see one. And coming on to pinch hit for the Phillies will be Joe Kopp. I don't know if that's pronounced Cop or Cope or Copy. I'm not 100% sure. Joe Kopp will be on the Los Angeles Angels later in the year, but he is on the Phillies in this game. A 249 average, 5 homers, 40 RBIs. Kopp will come on and pitch. 2 outs, bases loaded. O'Toole's got to try to get out of this inning. 3-2. Jim Connell joins us here at Crosley Field. Bases are loaded. Strategy roll. That is a 2. Nothing happening. O'Toole will pitch to Kopp. And here it comes. O'Toole, 6-5, strikeout one, swing and a miss. He struck him out, and that will retire the side. What a big K by O'Toole. His 5th strikeout, no runs, 2 hits. O'Toole gets it done. Stadium cheers. Yay! We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. And let's see. Phillies need a pitcher. And let's see. You're going to have left, right, right coming up. So I think the Phillies will bring on a right-hander here. And let's see. They're down by a run. Who's their closer? Sullivan's the closer. In this case, I think Bolchen actually makes sense. Coming on to pitch for the Phillies will be Jack Bolchen. 5 wins, 3 losses, 3 saves, a 3.87 ERA. And he'll take over on the mound right now. He can pitch to 7 batters before he tires. So Jack Bolchen will go ahead and pitch. And leading off for the Reds will be Gordy Coleman. Coleman is 0 for 2. O'Toole doing a good job. Bolchen will now pitch here in the bottom of the 6th. Bolchen with the pitch. 2-4, strikeout, 16 is high. Coleman, a 4-4, and he leads off with a single into center field. Coleman hits that into Del Greco. Del Greco will throw it in, and a leadoff runner for the Reds. Here comes Freese. Freese is 0 for 2. Coleman had 1 stolen base. Infield is at double play depth. And that's a 20. Bolchen does have a good pickoff rating. 1-6. Throws to first. No. Coleman will get back. And now Bolchen will now pitch to Freese. Bolchen, a 3-3, strikeout, 16. That is high. Freese, 6-6. And Freese laces one past third. And that will be a single. However, Coleman will hold at second. His base running rating's only a 2. He has no chance to get to third on a single past third, so Coleman will stay where he is. And now the Reds are in business with nobody out. And here comes Schmidt. Schmidt is 0 for 2. Runners at first and second. Strategy roll, a 12, no play. Bolchen will go ahead and pitch to Schmidt. Fans here at Crosley Field, hoping for another big hit here. They like to lead more than just by 1 run. Bolchen, 5-1 against the righty. Strikeout, the 20 is high. Schmidt, 4-1, and that is going to be a ground ball to short. Should have a very good chance to double play. 5-5-6, but of course 5 is as high as you can go. Second base, Taylor pivot is a 0. So a 1-5, it'll be a double play. That is a 2, and they will turn 2 outs. So Schmidt grounds out into the 6-4-3. Coleman does go to third, though. And now a runner on third with 2 outs, and here's Cardenas. Cardenas 1 for 2. He got a base hit his last time out. So Bolchen trying to get out of this inning here, but now 2 outs. Strategy roll, nothing happening. Bolchen will set up and make the deal. Bolchen, 3-4 against the righty. That is going to be an out. It's a ground ball to third, taken care of there by Malkmus. He throws to first, and that will retire the side. Runners on first and second, and nobody out, and they can't get a run in. No runs on 2 hits. And after 6, it is still 3-2 in favor of the Red Stockings. Top of the 7th coming up. And let's see. Top of the order for the Phillies. Bobby Malkmus will lead off, and he's 1 for 3. O'Toole will set up and make the pitch. O'Toole, 1-3, wild pitch, ball 1. 6-5, strikeout, 20, no way. Malkmus, 6-6, fly ball to center field. Darth Vader will get there, and that's out number 1. Here's Collison. Collison is 0 for 2, but he did walk. 1 man down. O'Toole will go ahead and make the deal. 3-6, strikeout 4. Yes, he gets Collison, struck him out. And that's strikeout number 6 for O'Toole. And he's getting up there in his strikeouts for the game. Taylor is next. Taylor is 0 for 3. O'Toole gets the sign coming in, 2 men down. O'Toole, a 3-1 home run chance against the righty, a 1-16. The 15 is good, but Taylor, though, has zeros against lefties. That's not going to happen. Taylor, 3-1, and all he does is ground 1 to second base. Blasingame will go ahead and handle it. Throw to first, side retired. And a 1-2-3 inning on the Phils. And the Reds still lead 3-2. We are at the 7th inning stretch. Sing, take me out to the ball game. I will be right back. Don't forget, we got 10-minute ticker coming up after the night's matchup. And our next game will be tomorrow night. It will be May 4th. And I was going to do the New York Yankees earlier in this schedule in the block, but I forgot I did the wrong game. Now we're going to see the Yankees tomorrow night. We will be at Metropolitan Stadium. The Twins are back on the board as well. And we got 2 Hall of Famers tomorrow night. It will be the New York Yankees taking on the Minnesota Twins. The chairman of the board is on the mound, and that would be Whitey Ford. Jim Cott, who just got put in the Hall of Fame, is on the mound for the Twins. So we got 2 Hall of Famers tomorrow night at Metropolitan Stadium. Yankees and the Twins, Ford and Cott. That should be a fun game to do as we get our first look at the 1961 Yankees, who a lot of people consider one of the best teams in baseball history. And pretty much they seem to be, I think they're pretty much right. One of the best teams ever. Let's see, bottom of the 7th inning. And Jim O'Toole is due to lead off here. Question, is he going to bat? Due to lead off. Is Jim O'Toole going to bat? You know what? He is tired. He is not going to bat. The Reds are going to go to the bullpen and take him out. So that's going to be it for Jim O'Toole. The Reds will bring on a pinch hitter. Did I just say Yankees? What am I doing? I know. So the Reds will go to a pinch hitter here, and let's see who the Reds want to bring out the bat. And they're going to go with Jerry Lynch, a .315 average, 13 homers, 50 RBIs. It's the 7th inning, but they're the best lefty he's got, and that's good enough for me. So Jerry Lynch will pinch hit against Jack Bolchen here in the bottom of the 7th inning, 3-2. Bolchen will go ahead and make the pitch. 3-2 Reds. Bolchen, 1-6. That is a range play. Lynch, 6-2. It's a base hit to right field, but the ball is hit to Collison. His range is a 3. That is a 6. It will drop in for a hit. So Lynch will go ahead and get the first base on a leadoff single. The pitcher spot is now 2 for 3 in this game. Next batter is Blasingame. Blasingame 1 for 3. Infield is at double play depth. Lynch had 2 stolen bases that year. That's a 20. Bolchen tries to get him at first base. He got him, picked him off. Oh, what a play by Bolchen. A 1-6 is a pickoff. That's a 5, and he got him. Oh, he gets Lynch napping. Lynch did not go ahead, was not paying attention on that one. Was not paying attention there, and he gets picked off. 1 out. Nice play by Bolchen. And now Blasingame will bat with no one on base. Bolchen with the pitch. And that's a 3-4. Against the lefty, it's a blank. Blasingame, 5-6 against the righty. Blasingame is going to get himself a double. He hits that one into center field, and he will go to second. How big is that pickoff now? A double for Blasingame. And that will put him on second base with 1 out. And here comes Pinson. Pinson is 1 for 3. Who should be, I think maybe probably if you got Baines in the Hall of Fame, Pinson should be in there. Blasingame is on at second base. And strategy rolls are still on. That's a 1. Blasingame will stay put. Bolchen, he'll set up and make the pitch. Bolchen, 6-6 against the lefty. That is a blank. Pinson, 5-2. It's a fly to right. Collison will get to that one, and he will make the catch for out number 2. In order for Blasingame to get to third, 4 minus 1, minus 2, a 4 minus 3. The only way Blasingame can get to third is on a 1. And he'll stay at second base, 2 down. And that's including the modification and Collison's arm. And he had a good arm. He had a minus 2 arm. So 2 down now with the runner on second. Here is Bell. Bell is 2 for 3. He's got 2 doubles, so he's done pretty good. Fox Crew Cards joins us here at Crosley Field. Welcome, my good man. I think it's the first time I've seen you here in one of my chats. Welcome to the network. Everyone will make you feel right at home. Blasingame on at second. Strategy roll. That is a 3. Nothing happening. Bolchen will set ahead and make the pitch. Bolchen, 5-4. Home run chance against the lefty. Bell, a 1-4. Bell needs a 1-4. Bell to 2. That passes. Against the righty, though, Bell needs a 4. A 1-4. Bell goes yard. No, a 9. He doesn't get it. Bell, 3-5. But he does get a base hit past first. That is a single. Blasingame, a base running rating of 5 with 2 outs. That'll be fast enough. Blasingame comes around from second. He will score. 4-2 Reds. Stadium cheers. Yay! Bell has been the big hitter for the Reds tonight. 3 for 4, 2 doubles and a single. Oh, you used to be MP Fox. Okay there, Fox Crew Cards. I know who you are now. Used to be MP Fox. Yes, absolutely. I remember you, my good friend. Bell on at first, now 4-2. And here comes Mr. Robinson. Robinson, 1 for 3. One of the greatest of all time, absolutely. Reds now have an extra run here to play with. Let's see. Strategy roll. That is a 19. And Bolchen, however, is tired, actually. And before I do that, that's going to be it for Jack Bolchen. That'll be it. He is tired, and that will be good enough. So, runners, we will now see a pinch hitter for the Phillies. And let's see who they're going to bring in here. And they're going to go, they got a 4-2 lead. Coming on to pitch for the Phillies will be Frank Sullivan. 3 wins, 16 losses, 6 saves, a 4.29 ERA. So Frank Sullivan will now come into pitch. With Bell on at first. So 2 outs. Infield is now back. And Frank Robinson will hit. Strategy roll still active. I'll re-roll it. That's a 14, nothing happening. Sullivan will make the pitch. Sullivan, 2-6. That's a strikeout. The 12, that's high. Robinson, 4-3, and against the righty, that's a fly to left. Coming under it is Smith, and he will make the play and retire the side. 1 run on 3 hits for the Reds. And after 7, the Reds have a 4-2 lead here. Much to Brian B's happiness, I'm sure. I don't know, Brian B. I think the game is still rigged here, you know. Now the Reds are leaving. The Reds are now leading. I know this game is rigged. Let's go to the top of the 8th. Bobby Smith, the leadoff hitter for the Phillies. And the Reds will go to the bullpen. They got some righties coming up, so I think we'll see a right-hander for the Reds. And that is going to be, let's see, 8th inning. You want to save Brosnan, so I think you bring in Nunn. Coming on to pitch for the Reds will be Howie Nunn. 2 wins, a loss, no saves, a 3.55 ERA. Nunn will come on and pitch, probably this inning, and then Brosnan will be pitching the 9th. He was the main closer for the Reds that year. Bobby Smith is 0 for 1, but he's walked twice. Top of the 8th, 4-2. Nunn with the pitch. 2-6, range play at the park. Crosley Field, 5-4. That's a ground ball to short. The ball is hit to Cardenas. Not the best. His range is a 2. And he'll get past him for a single. Smith will go ahead and get to first. So the Phillies get the leadoff man on. And here comes Walls. Walls is 0 for 2 since taking over for the injured Herrera. Infield, a double play depth. Strategy roll still active. Smith, but nothing really going on at all. But I still roll just for the case of it. And nothing happening. Nunn will go ahead and pitch to Walls. Runner on at first. Nunn. 3-6. Walk. 10. No, that's going to be too high. Walls is a 10, but -1 makes him a 9. Walls will swing. 3-1, and he grounds one right back to Nunn. 2-1. 1. And let's see. Walls is a righty, so second base will be pivot, and that will be Blasingame, and he has a -1 arm, so a -1 pivot, so there's not going to be a double play, so it is a 0. So the question is who's out? That is a 2. The throw goes to second to get Smith. He'll be out, and Walls will get to first on the fielder's choice. 1 down. So a ground ball right back to the pitcher. And next up is Del Greco. Greco is 0 for 3. Sacrifice fly and reached on an error. Walls on at first. Strategy roll. He had 2 stolen bases, but he's not going anywhere. Howie Nunn, he'll make the pitch. 4-5, blank. Del Greco, 2-3, and he hits a fly ball to left field, and Frank Robinson will get to that. 2 down. Frank Robinson, one of baseball's greatest ambassadors, and I heard one of the nicest guys alive. Neiman will, may he rest in peace. Of course, he passed away a number of years ago. Neiman is 1 for 3, but now 2 outs. Anything on the strat? Nope. Nunn will go ahead and pitch to Neiman. Fans here at Crosley Field hoping for a good pitch. Nunn, 2-1, strikeout. They got it. That's a 10, and that will strike out Neiman and retire the side. No runs and a hit for the Phils. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Sullivan will come on. Sullivan will come on to pitch. He might as well. He's due to bat second in the top of the 9th inning. Gordy Coleman will lead off for the Reds, and he is 1 for 3. Sullivan will set up. He'll make the pitch. 1-6, walk, 12. That is high. Coleman, 2-2, and against the righty, Coleman leads off with a double into center field. Hits that one, shoots the gap, and that'll get picked up by Del Greco. He'll throw it in, and Coleman safe at second with a leadoff double. That's his second hit of the game. Next up is Freeze. Freeze is 1 for 3. And let's see here. Strategy rolls are still active. And that is a 1. Coleman stays put. Actually, Coleman does get the steal sign to go to third, but he's not going to go. He's got a stolen base rating of 5. He ain't heading anywhere. Sullivan will go ahead and pitch. 4-1 against the righty. Strikeout plus, and that will get Freeze easily. And that's 1 out. Freeze goes down on strikes. And the next batter is Schmidt. And Schmidt is 0 for 3. Do I want to bring in a pinch hitter for him and bring in a different catcher, or do I want to let him hit? Zimmerman's actually a better catcher. And you still got the pitcher, Nunn. Yeah. Schmidt's going to come out of the game. We'll see a pinch hitter. Jerry Zimmerman will take over at catcher in the next inning, but coming on to pinch hit will be Eddie Casco. 271 average, 2 homers, 27 RBIs. Casco's going to try to get Coleman in here. 4-2, bottom of the 8th inning. There's 1 out. Strategy rolls are still active. That is a 3. Coleman will stay put. Sullivan will make the pitch to Casco. Sullivan, 6-5 against the righty. Strikeout, 7 is high. Casco will swing, 5-1, and it's a fly to right. Collison will get to it, makes the catch. There are 2 outs, and Coleman is going to have to stay at second. He will not go anywhere, and there are now 2 down. So 2 outs now, a chance for Cardenas. Cardenas is 1 for 3. He has a single. Insurance run at second base. Sullivan will pitch to Cardenas. Strategy roll first. That is a 2. Coleman will stay put. Sullivan will make the deal. Sullivan, 3-4. That's a walk. That 14 is going to be high. Cardenas will swing. 4-6, and it is a ground ball to first. Walls will take it himself, tag the bag, and that will retire the side. No runs and a hit for the Reds, but they still hold a 4-2 lead here after 8. But will we see some 9th inning magic? I know Brian B. definitely wants to see some 9th inning magic. Hey, Steeler fans, Astros aren't in, or Colt 45s aren't in the season, so I got to pick on somebody. So I know Brian B., I know he definitely wants to see some 9th inning magic. Jerry Zimmerman will take over at catcher for Schmidt. And he makes a lot of errors, but he's got a little better range, actually. So timeout for substitution, as Jerry Zimmerman will now take over at catcher. Top of the 9th, and Howie Nunn is going to come out of the game. The Reds will go to the bullpen, as Brian B. says, no magic. And the Reds will bring on the closer. Let's see, Ruben Amaro is the leadoff hitter. Reds actually had 2 closers, a righty and a lefty. And let's see here. You got Jim Brosnan and you got Bill Henry. You got 2 righties coming up. Henry actually had the lower ERA, but I think Brosnan is the guy to bring up here for this interest. And I think I'm going to go with Brosnan. Coming on to pitch for the Reds is going to be Jim Brosnan. 16 saves, 10 wins, 4 losses, a 3.04 ERA. Jim Brosnan will try to close this game out. The Reds, of course, also have They also have Bill Henry, who's also in there too as a closer, but they will go with Brosnan in this situation. So let's go and see what the Reds can do here. Top of the ninth, 4-2. Ruben Amaro leads off for the Phils. He will bat. Brosnan will go ahead and pitch. Brosnan, 3-6, strikeout, 8. And nope, he's just going to miss it. Amaro. Shoot a dice. Amaro, 3-4, and against the righty, it's a ground ball to third. That'll get handled by Freeze. Throws to first, 1 out. Ground ball to third, 1 down. And we'll see a pinch hitter for Frank Sullivan. He is done. And the Phillies will go to the bench. And coming on to pinch hit will be Tony Gonzalez. 277 average, 12 homers, 58 RBIs. One of their main starters, actually, that year. So Tony Gonzalez will pinch hit against Brosnan, 1 out. Brosnan sets up, makes the deal. 1-6, error on a grounder. Gonzalez, 2-4, and that is going to be a fly to right. Coming over there will be Bell, and he's got the room, and in a second he'll have the ball, 2 down. 2 men away, and now the batter is Malkmus, and Malkmus, let's see what they want to do with him. He bats 231. Do I have anybody that, I got a replacement, but can I do anybody that can let him bat? You know what? Nope, they'll have to bat. The Philadelphia Phillies in 61 were kind of bad. Malkmus, a 231 average, he will hit for against Brosnan. Final chance for the Phils. Reds lead 4-2. Brosnan will set up. He'll make the pitch. 4-6. That's a walk. That 9 is going to be too high. It just misses. Malkmus, 1-5, and it's a ground ball to short. And that'll get taken care of by Cardenas. He's got it. Pumps once, pumps twice, throws to first. That's your game. The Reds will win the game on the Phillies tonight. This one belongs to the Reds. It's 4-2. Stadium cheers. Yay! A nice win for the Reds tonight as they'll go ahead and beat the Phillies 4-2. And that'll get the Reds their 8th win on the year. And the Phillies will drop to 500 with this loss here. And a very nice win for the Reds. A very nice job done. And we'll see what happens here as we move on. So a nice win for the Reds. Final line score coming up. Yet the home team wins again. The home team has not lost yet in the season replay. That is weird. Final line score coming up. For the Reds, 4 runs on 13 hits and 2 errors. For the Phillies, 2 runs on 6 hits and no errors. Believe it or not, it was very close to the actual game. The Phillies actually were exact. The Phillies were 2-6-0 historically. This game is 2-6-0. The Reds were 3-12-0. In this game, the Reds are 4-13-2. The winning pitcher is Jim O'Toole. The losing pitcher, Robin Roberts. And Brosnan will get the save. Going to show the standings. You guys, you in the standings. It's too early to be looking at the standings. But here's the standings as you can see right now. In the American League, the Baltimore Orioles at a 14-3 right now lead the league. The Yankees are right behind them with 10 wins. The Athletics are 9-4. Don't know how long this will be. The Minnesota Twins are off to an awful start. 1 win and 14 losses. The National League is a mess. The Dodgers lead the league with 10 wins and 8 losses. Pittsburgh, San Francisco, and the Cardinals all have 9 wins. And, of course, the Reds just got their 8th win. Who cares? It's May. Don't worry about the darn standings. I'll always give you, always all that stuff. Don't go away. 10-minute ticker is coming right up. Hey, Steeler fan, you think our Mets and our Astros can continue to going undefeated? I tell you, I think our Mets and our Astros have a great chance to go undefeated. I don't think they're going to lose a game at all in this season. What do you think? I think you'll agree with me on that, won't you, there, Steeler fan? That's right, everyone. The Mets and the Astros cannot lose a game at all this year. We know that for sure. That's right, Steeler fan. My Mets and your Astros unbeaten. That is for sure. We cannot lose it. We will not lose a game this year. Well, that's besides the point there, Brian B. That is besides the point. That's besides the point. I'm surprised you didn't say the game was rigged, Brian B. I mean, the Reds won that game. That should be a rigged game, I think. So the Reds will get the win here. Only one other game was played on May 1st, and that was the White Sox and the Twins. So White Sox 23-41, and that is 7. And Minnesota 15-21, and that is 3. And they cannot catch a break. And the White Sox will win. Oh, yeah, it is time for 10-minute ticker, brought to you by FastScore Baseball. We now move on to May 2nd. White Sox and Cleveland. The Indians have a pitcher on the mound named Mudcat. White Sox 10-31, and that is 3. Indians 5-53, and that's 5, a win for the Tribe. Boston at the A's. Boston 18-35 and 5 runs. The Athletics 16-55, and that is 8. The A's continue to get off to a good start. Baltimore and the Angels. Baltimore right now is the best team in the league. Orioles 10-22, that's 3. Angels 3-54, that's 5. That'll be a win for the Halos. Yankees in Minnesota. The Rig-Eds. Exactly. He won't complain. Yankees 12-26, and that is 4. Twins 12-64, and that's going to be a 9. And the Twins will beat the Yankees. Well, at least they can get a game here sooner or later. Detroit and the Senators. Tigers 15-26, and that is 4. Senators 265, that is going to be 7. A win for the Senators. San Francisco and the Cubs. Giants 12-15, and that's 2. Cubs 9-55, and that's 6. A win for the Cubbies. Philadelphia and the Reds. Phillies 7-31, that's 3. Reds 14-43, and that's 5. Another win for the Reds. Dodgers and the Braves. Dodgers 10-26, 3. Milwaukee 9-36, and that's 4. A win for the Bravos. Pittsburgh and the Cardinals. Pirates 12-46, and that is 6 runs. The Redbirds 8-61. That's 7 runs. The Cardinals will win that ball game. On to May 3rd, White Sox and Cleveland. White Sox 14-54 and 7 runs. The Tribe 11-12, that is 1, and that will be a win for the Chi Sox. Bo Sox and the A's. Bo Sox 16-46, and that's 6 runs. Athletics 17-54, and that is 8 runs. The A's continue to play some good baseball early on. Question is how long they can hold out. Baltimore and the Angels. Orioles 10-24, and that is 3. Angels 5-34, and that is also 3. We have extras. Baltimore rolls a 2, plus 0 is 2. Angels roll a 3, minus 2 is 1, and the Orioles will win the ball game in extras. Yankees and the Twins. Yankees 14-23, and that is 3. Twins 13-35, and that's 5. And the Twins beat the Yankees again. Another win for the Twins. Remember, the Yankees in April and May still kind of struggled. They didn't become the team they were until later. Detroit and Washington. Detroit 14-66. That's going to be 11. The Senators are 2-32, and that is 2, and that will be a win for the Tigers. As long as the Yankees don't win, you do know how hard that's going to beat this team in 60-61 Yankees. Giants and the Cubs. Giants 19-14, and that's only 3 runs, though. Cubs 4-61. That's 6. That's going to be a win for the Cubs. Philadelphia and the Reds. Phillies 8-42, that is 4. Reds 12-23, and that is 3. The Phillies will win that game. Dodgers and Milwaukee. Dodgers 5-53, and that's 5 runs. The Braves 10-25, and that's 3 runs. A win for the Dodgers. Pittsburgh and the Cardinals. Pirates 7-12, that is 1. And the Cardinals have Hoot on the mound, and that's 13-53, and that is going to be 6, and it will be a win for the Redbirds. That is your 10-minute ticker. If your team won tonight, congratulations. If they didn't, there's always tomorrow. Tomorrow will be May 4th, and we got 2 Hall of Famers on the mound tomorrow night. The chairman of the board against the cat. Whitey Ford will pitch for the Yankees. Jim Cott will pitch for Minnesota at Metropolitan Stadium. The Twins trying to get back into the season here in the league, and the Yankees trying to show that they are the best team in baseball, and as they were in 61, but they're struggling a little bit right now, so who knows what tomorrow will be. Yankees, Twins, Ford, Cott. Be there or be square. Brian B., Steeler fan. Jim Connell, Fox Crew Cards, DBIP. Midlife Crisis. ID Jester, Clee Baseball fan. Michael Peterson, Brian Patterson, and Jack Dawson. Thank you all for joining me tonight. Please leave a like on your way out to the turnstiles. Subscribe if you've not done so. And make sure you hit the bell. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay smart, stay strong. We'll see you guys tomorrow night. The Cincinnati Reds go ahead and win the game against the Phillies today. It's a 4-2 win for the Reds. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good one.